It's one thing to watch it in the course of 6 days, one episode, in between sleeps. But I have the feeling that watching The Enemy of the World in all of its 6 parts in one sitting, that's not as fun or as exciting an experience as it could be. At 6 episodes long, you feel as though, gee, I wish more happened per episode, and so we're not just having this, back and forth until we finally get to a more fast-paced episode 6. Then the part of one imagines maybe this would have been better as a 4-parter, and you can imagine them condensing the events and reducing it all to, escape, capture, escape again, sort of fare, if it was a 4-parter. Maybe a 5-parter would be the way to go. I joked about that earlier, and I stand by that. But how do you extend it over 6 episodes? It's such a kind of a silly premise, the big megalomaniac, where you have to kind of draw the plot out of, his control and power over the world. How do you demonstrate this over the course of like some action adventure, Doctor Who outwitting the villain storyline? You're going to have to do a grand scale Hollywood adventure with vehicles and helicopters and all of that, or you're going to have to do, I don't know, just say it's going to be that, but then reduce it to, a few sets of people are captured and then they escape and then they get captured again. It doesn't fall into that trap too much, although it definitely gets, it gets a leg caught in before, wrestling it out, kind of kicking it out. In any case, I do think it's all worth it for the final confrontation, spoilers, it doesn't matter, between the Doctor and Salamander. They didn't meet enough during the episode due to the technological requirements not being quite up to Doctor Who's budget at that point. Though what we did have was the moment that we'd all been anticipating, though not really, because we figured, that would be too difficult for them to execute. Well, here it is, Salamander finally meeting his doppelganger, the man who's been impersonating him to his detriment, and the Doctor meeting this. When the Doctor finally confronts Salamander, he's specifically disgusted that there's something that repulses him about the fact that, I think that Salamander is not only this wicked, murderous character and is remorseless, but looks exactly like the Doctor. The Doctor almost feels ashamed and associated with that, so he's doubly disgusted. It's the mild impression I get. I think we shall close it here. I hope you've enjoyed these sped up retrospectives of Doctor Who's classic serial, The Enemy of the World. Next time we'll be discussing The Web of Fear, one of the very best of the entire classic run, I think. And I think a lot of people tend to agree with that, certainly of the second Doctor's run. Thanks again, good and dear friends.